Yes friends, I'm Professor Kumar and we are at Galaxy Tutorials. Picking up from the last lecture, we were doing lecture on heredity and evolution. Today is lecture number 2 on Chapter 1, Heredity and Evolution of Science-2 of 10th Maharashtra State Board. Today we are dealing with evolution, theory of evolution, evidences of evolution, and we are going to refer to this chart which I put up on the board. Remember, we did heredity yesterday. Today we are working on evolution. Okay, so these are the subtopics on which we would be discussing. This is not over yet. After this, we will be looking at further the earlier theories of evolution, evolution of man, to complete the chapter. As I told you, all the subtopics in the first lecture. Okay, so we will start. Evolution. What is evolution? Okay, remember, Earth was formed. Earth was formed 3.5 billions of years ago. We taught you that the gases solidified in the solar system and then they became molten metal and then planets and Earth was formed 3.5 billion years ago. Then subsequently we had all the rain cycle, all the chemicals got dissolved on Earth, the Earth was still hot, the core is still hot, and these were boiled and concentrated solutions were formed. Organic molecules got formed like sugar, amino acid, fatty acid. Then these joined, macromolecules were formed, and first cell was formed. And from the first cell, it then started accumulating all the pigments, etc., and became a plant cell. And then it gave out oxygen, and that gave rise to life on Earth, diverse life on Earth. So, from a single cell, we have evolved. Theory of evolution, we will see in the next para. We will say, now, today there are crores of species, as our book writes, crores of species, and right from the single cellular amoeba to such complex thing as man and so many different type of animals and plants. And third, we are present everywhere on the earth. Some organisms are aerial, some are terrestrial, some are arboreal, living on trees, some are aquatic, living in water, some are in fresh water, some are in seas, marine water. So all this has evolved gradually. Took millions of years. Slow process. So how do we define or explain the term evolution? It is slow, it is gradual, you can't suddenly get something. Okay, so slow, gradual, and you start with simple, okay, organisms, maybe single cell, 2, okay, so now slow means millions of years. Slow does not mean 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 hours, okay, millions of years. 2, what will happen over the period of time? Slow, gradual changes to today's complex organisms. This is what we call evolution. It's a natural process. Nobody has interfered. Now man is growing wheat, hybrid rice. That is not evolution. Evolution is a natural process. Not man-made. Okay, do not forget these facts. This is evolution. We will move to the next paragraph. Theory of evolution. Evolution, theory of evolution. What does the theory of evolution say? Going by the definition, we will be able to talk about theory of evolution, it says that first and foremost, we should not forget in theory of evolution is life began in water. We will call seas, the water bodies. Okay, the first, because the chemicals came together, they were surrounded by fatty acids, so they were separated from the water. This became a membrane. First cell was formed. So first life began on the sea. Okay, number two, it is saying that, then we will bring from here, it was single cell. How did the single cell came? First, okay, inorganic material was present. It became combined and formed organic molecules. Then organic molecules got together and then formed the single cell. The first cell could not do photosynthesis. It was just a simple cell, membrane and something inside which you call cytoplasm, nothing great, and some information molecule like DNA. Nothing else. So this cell initially was heterotrophic. It took food from the water. So this is my cell, okay, and this is the DNA some form, these are chemicals, and this is water. So it had to take in chemicals or foods from the water outside. Heterotrophic. Then it developed pigments. It developed pigments like chlorophyll, and then it performed photosynthesis. Remember, this is in water still. Okay, and you say, there are not so many plants in water. There are many phytoplanktons in water. The ecosystem of the earth is surviving not on the plants of the land. Land is only 23%. It is surviving on these plant-like organisms in water. Such a big whale is eating these phytoplanktons and grows to that life size. Okay, all fishes, all marine life, all depends on the photosynthesis occurring in the water in the sea. So this gave rise to plant cell. This plant cell then moved to land and became animal cell now. Of course, some remained in water, some animals returned to water, but that is how, because once plant cell came, it would give off oxygen, and oxygen is necessary for animal cell because animal cell cannot make oxygen. They need oxygen, and the food they obtain by eating plants. So this is what our theory of evolution says. And then once those were formed, we had structural and functional evolution. So the shape changed, size changed, structures change in the body. Amoeba looks different, paramecium looks different, euglena looks different, algae looks different, and then function, somebody is doing photosynthesis, somebody is doing phagocytosis, all these changes started occurring, and so many different type of plants and animals got formed. This is the theory of evolution. Now, moving to the next, evidences of evolution. What are the evidences for evolution? In the evidences for evolution referred to this chart, we have got 6 major types of proofs. Okay, we have classified so that you can study easily. First, morphological evidences, anatomical evidences, vestigial organs, paleontological evidences, connecting links, and embryological evidences. So these are the evidences which we have. What are these evidences? These help us to understand that the earlier life was simpler and we have evolved in today's life from earlier life. Morphological evidences. Now, if I show you a cat and you are in the first standard, you will say it is an animal. You will not tell it is a plant. If I show you again a fox, you will say animal. If I show you mango tree, you will say it is a plant. It's not an animal. Right? But if I show you a fruit with thorns, you will say still it is a plant, not an animal. So you can see that from morphology, from external shape, we can also see that all particular type of organisms are animals, all particular type of them are plant. So when I ask you, how do you know this is a plant? You will say they have stem, they have root, they have leaf, they have fruit, they have flower. And you say these are not present in animals. And when I show you animal and say, why this is not a plant? You say no, it has got eyes, it can move, okay, it got ears, sense organs, etc., etc. So you say no, sorry, it can. So these characters, and there are so many different types. A cat is an animal, a dog is an animal, a lion is an animal, an elephant is an animal. So it does not mean sizes you have seen or something like that. You have gone for characteristics. So this gives us proof that all these are related, because that is how we are sorting. We are not having a confusion. Sorry, dog is not an animal. We are not having a confusion. Okay? Then this is called morphological evidences. Okay, like how you feel, what characters you have, what similarities you have, and of course we have got previous animals always say, "Arey, these goats are from so many years, such cows are there for so many years, these are newer breeds." But then today I show you a Pomeranian dog, but there was a wild dog also before, you will say. So from ancestors, a lot of new varieties have come and are still coming due to man's working. Anatomical evidences. Anatomy is the study of structure of the body. Now, in my diagram of the textbook, I can see we have tried to take out what is inside like an X-ray. You see, when I see the human hand, I see bones in a particular order. When I see a cat's foreleg, the hand of a cat, I will see bones like this. If I show you flipper of a whale, I will still have inside bones like this. If I show you bat is now famous due to COVID. Okay? If I take the wing of the bat and take an X-ray, so this, you can see these bones are common. The yellow bone. The white bone is common. Okay? Finger-like bones are common. We are not having bones in the finger, they are not drawn. So, this is showing that the pattern is same. I have a hand, you have a leg, it has a flipper, it has a patagium or wing, but inside structure is same. If the structure is same, yesterday only we have seen, then the DNA is same, because messenger RNA is same, proteins are same, structure is same, the bones are same. Outside differences have happened. Why? Because I use my hand in a different purpose. The cat is using the paw for a different purpose. Whale is using the flipper for a different purpose. And bat is using the hand wing for a different purpose. So these are all modified. But basic structure is same. So these are called anatomical evidences. The similarity means there was some common animal from which somebody flew, somebody swam, somebody climbed, and somebody is hunting. Okay? Now you are studying physics, I am studying chemistry, he is becoming a doctor, he is becoming an engineer. We are all modifying our lifestyles. Okay? But we are all related and human beings. So, anatomical evidences help us to understand, no, something before this must be having the same information, which is then modified. Like you write in your own notebook, I write in my notebook, both notebooks look different, both are of the same subject, both are of the same standard, and both are the same material. Third, we will move to vestigial organs. Man is a storehouse of vestigial organs. You are a museum. We have got so many vestigial organs. We have got wisdom teeth, akal dad, as we say. teeth which come out later behind. They give a lot of pain. Then we have to remove it surgically. And we are having appendix, a small tube coming out where the small intestine meets the large intestine. Okay, a small tube comes out. Now this is of no use to me. It is there in man. It gets infected. Appendicitis. You have to remove it surgically. Because the doctor tells me if it bursts, you will die. Poison, septic will happen. What does this tell me? Now wisdom teeth are teeth already present in other organisms which function. In man, they have lost the function. We do not require teeth behind. Because we only eat through maximum this portion of the jaw. Okay, but other animals require it to crack the nuts, crack the shell, etc. Appendix. Appendix is useless for us. In all herbivores, cow, etc. you have seen here, they eat the grass, fast, plants, grass, bark, and cellular material, and sit down, remove the food, and re-chew, regurgitate. Okay, the stomach has 4 chambers, and they can digest the bark and all. If I eat grass or I eat any other leaf, I will not be able to digest it, because appendix contains bacteria which makes amylase. Now this amylase is so powerful that in the junction of small and large intestine, it can digest the cellulose. In us, this is vestigial, not working. It does not work. I cannot eat bark, I cannot eat grass. This will not get digested because my appendix is useless. But I have an appendix. Cow has an appendix. We are related. We have the same information. In mine, I have shut off. Switchboard is same. I have switched off the switch. Switchboard is same in a house. You switch it on, light is there. Now I can't say my house is different from my switchboard is different, so my house is different. Okay? So organs are same, information is same, we are related. We come from a common ancestor. Let us see paleontological evidences. What are paleontological evidences? Paleontology is the study of fossils. Okay? What are fossils? Fossils are dead, preserved remains of animals or plants, as I would say, organisms of the past, or their impressions. Now you are telling me, or am I telling you, that exactly same animal, plant is present? May not. Some like amber, or some like ice in Siberia, we can still see the preserved animal or plant. And fly, amber, transparent. Okay, when it fell from the tree, it fell on the organism, and the organism got coated and preserved. Cannot decompose because it is sealed. Siberia, we found a woolly mammoth, the earlier relative of elephant, complete in the snow, such cold temperatures, well preserved, woolly mammoth. But most of the cases, there has been change in the earth, heat, atmosphere, soil, climate, so the animals got pressed. And because this was a tissue, diffusion, minerals entered into the body from the soil. The tissue decomposed, bacteria ate, and all that places, soil was left. And because of the pressure, layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of the earth, bottom of the ocean, rocks, this got compressed and complete replaced model can be seen. Remember, the dentist takes a tray, puts in your mouth, tells you to bite, makes some model tooth, and then does the work. Same is this. This is the model, exact impression. So when we break the stone, we break the rock, we are digging for coal, we find all this. We find this in the soil. Bones are left. Animals decompose. We can get the complete bones of dinosaurs if not disturbed by any geography or human. This. We are mining, we are making homes, all these get displaced. We are digging in the earth. Lower the layer, simpler the organism. Top the layer, complex is the organism. So we know simple became complex as the earth was formed. Where every air of the earth, new layers got deposited, and these layers show timeline. And So these are the best because you cannot, nobody has made this design and kept. Okay, we can relate. Now this, as you can see, got a tailbone, got limbs. I can see how many digits there. I can imagine by the digits, will it claw, will it grip, will it run, seeing to comparing it with today's organisms. So a lot of comparative studies are done. And most famous of this paleolithical evidence, as you know, is Archaeopteryx, the reptile bird. The skeleton has got teeth, it's got a tail, it's got claws. Okay, so it's got characters of birds, wings, and characters of reptile teeth. So it was the flying reptile, the reptile which took to air, and finally they dropped all that and became a bird. No more teeth, bones became hollow, the tail bone went. Now pigeon has only 3 or 4 feathers on the tail side but no bone. So all this modification has occurred due to evolution. Connecting links. What are connecting links? Why are we studying it? As the name suggests, I told you that the cell was first was the plant cell, then came on the land, became animal cell. You say humbug. Where is the proof? How do I study it? And then we are teaching in biology that first organisms were crawling, so like insects, and some animals which are still crawling are reptiles, and some started climbing trees, and then they flew. Because they needed food, they went to different places. So we say birds came afterwards, okay? And from reptiles, now we've got mammals. So what is the proof? We have connecting links. Some animals showing characters of both the phylum. So they are not completely into the next phylum. So it is just like saying, I have not passed 9, but I am already being allowed to study 10 because of this COVID. So I am a connecting link. Okay, because I have never given a 9th standard exam. Finally, okay, so this is like this, he's got characters. So we can't put him back, we can't take him forward, he is in between stage, not completely gone to the other class. Okay, so example, peripatus, duck-bill platypus. Now what is so famous? Let us take one example, duck-bill platypus. Bill, can you see a bill like robin? Okay, mammals normally don't have bills, first. Second, it lays eggs, as you can see, but it has got mammary gland, feeds milk to the babies. Now, reptiles don't feed milk to the babies. Okay, so see, characters are present on both the sides. A mammal, but egg-laying mammal. The mammals don't lay eggs; they give birth to live children. It is a connecting link. We have many connecting. Very one or two examples we are seeing. Don't get disillusioned. Many connecting links are present, which help us to. Archaeopteryx is a connecting link between birds and reptiles. Now suppose I told you animals went into water and became fish. You will laugh at me. Say fish don't have legs. Now coleon fishes, if you see at the bottom of the seas, Antarctic, Arctic, they gone to the bottom, and you can see video on internet, you will see fishes with limb-like structures. Okay, so you will see. Now snakes don't have limbs. Now snakes are reptiles. Now you got no legs. They have the girdle. The bone is there, and they have lost the limbs because they have to go into the hole to escape. So how you live, you modify your body structure. Coming to embryological evidences. This German scientist studied and saw that embryos of various animals look similar, same, and then they go on modifying. So first stage, if I see like this, okay, I have fish, I have salamander, I have chicken, I have man. There are 30 to 30. We are not seeing all. First stages all look same. All have got gill slits. You can see. All develop a portion later, like appendage or lower portion. All have got head region. All eye developing. Second stage, you can see slight differences occur. He is getting limb birds, he is getting tail, okay, and small limb birds, complete development. Then you go further, you see, it became a fish, this became a salamander. Salamander is an amphibian, then chicken, and then man when they are born. So from similar to modified stages. So DNA is same, and then extra DNA is giving you extra character. I am studying 2 subjects, you are studying 4 subjects, but those two subjects are compulsory. For example, maths and science is compulsory for everybody, as an example. So this one DNA compulsorily same, extra DNA, different DNAs, and you have got different type of development when you are born. Now mice shares more than 90% DNA with you. Now if I call you your 90% mouse, you will not like it. But truth is there. We have got embryological evidences. This highly proves, okay, looking plant or animal life, looking similar in your own group, having similar internal structure, having structures which you are losing them but have them still, others are still using and having them. Images, impressions and real earlier life present in the layers of the earth, links which show characters of more than one phylum, and embryos looking same. My friends, you should be convinced that all is not lies. So I am not telling you 6 major group of lies. So this shows scientifically that there is a theory of evolution and life had a common ancestor. From say one similar ancestor, we have diversified and become millions of types of organisms. So this is our first part on evolution. This is where we will stop, and next I will go for theories of evolution to continue.